Hey guys, this is the demo of Carry, the rideshare platform by appscrip.com. So now this is a platform we've been using for years. We keep changing the versions. We've launched some fairly big clients on the product, Rapido in India, Snappy, WeFleet, and we have deployed it in different countries around the world, including Hugo Rideshare was in South America was built by us. So let me walk you through the whole login sign up process. We have a simple login with phone number right now. So I'm just going to go through that. 99020193455. This is made on for a demo. If the number was not registered, it would put me through a sign up process as well. So I'm just going to put my verification code. We have a default one. Now on the launch screen of the app, we've changed the UI a bit. You can see nearby vehicles in real time, and on the background of my screen you see this is the dispatch portal. So we give you a central dispatch portal on which you can manage your entire fleet. So we have different booking options. We have now, we have book for later. So this is all influenced by Uber. So if you've seen the Uber app, the rideshare part of it, we've sort of tried to take inspiration from there and the other rideshare platforms around the world. And we have tried to build something that's in the middle, that takes the best from all worlds. So on the app we have two options. We have city ride and city rental. We also support rental bookings on this, and you can set up different rental plans on the admin. So let me walk you through a quick ASAP booking, which is a lot like what you would use, which you guys have probably used on Uber quite a bit. So we have options for book for me, or I can book for somebody else. If it's booked for somebody else, they would get a tracking link sent to them via text message, and they can see then track the vehicle live. So we also support multi-stop booking, right? So let me add a quick stop. I'm going to choose the airport, and if I would want another stop, I could add another stop, and I can add let's say I'm going to add the railway station in Bangalore. Let's see what options it gives me. And I'm just going to take this, right? So this time around on the rideshare platform, we have the multi-stop feature, which we did not have on the earlier platforms. We can also select addresses on the map if that's needed. We can also set some favorite places, right? And then we can choose one of those. So that's a quick way to, get to an address. Now when I say done, I get to the next page, which is where I see my different vehicles available on the platform along with the fare. So we can see carry sedan, carry SUV. Now all of these names, icons, everything here that you see can be configured from the admin panel. Nothing is fixed, it's all dynamic. You can even set up the different fee mechanisms, if you want to do mileage based booking, range based fare management, all of that can be managed. We have a promo code feature as well, so you could set up promo codes and I could select one if there was one. We can set up different promo codes based on different vehicle types. So I think we have one set up for carry sedan, so I'm going to use that, right? We have different payment methods supported. So we have cash booking. I can go with online booking. I can also use my cash wallet. So cash wallet is very popular in countries where there is no online payment method, and it's also a good way to keep giving your users some cash back. We have bonus points, so users can earn loyalty points as they use the app, and the program itself can be configured on the admin panel. We also have a business booking feature, which is very interesting because we've now added the support for something like what you have in Uber Corporate. We have it Carry Corporate. We could set up invite corporations and they could add their employees, and employees can link their email addresses. So if they click on add account, they can put in their business email. If that email is linked to the corporate, it gets linked to their their rideshare platform. So this way they can book certain trips to their company, but that's only applicable to pick up and drop addresses that are approved by the company. So this is a way to prevent abuse. So I'm going to go with the online payment method for now. I'm going to say confirm sedan. Now it just asks me to confirm the pickup spot. If I want to change my pickup spot, I can always move the pin around on the map and it would change that. So I'm going to confirm my pickup point. I see that the nearest vehicle is 1 minute away from me. Okay, so let me just move the pin around a little bit and confirm my booking. So I'm going to confirm the pickup point. Now this is something called a Stripe element. So the Stripe element supports Apple Pay, Google Pay. It can save your card, you can add a new card, so it supports multiple payment methods. But all of that depends on the region you're operating in. So currently it doesn't support Apple Pay, Google Pay in India, so that's why it doesn't show up. I can add a new card if I want, right? Or I can just go back and select one of my saved cards, right? So I can do either one of them. So I'm going to select a saved card, click on Pay,
Order.
confirm booking, and I can see the booking on my dispatch as well. So if I click here, I can see the booking right on top, right? I can see the vehicle, I can see the pickup and the drop. And if I go back on the app, it's for here, and on the dispatch, I can see that it's assigned. So I can see exactly who the driver is, and I can see the same thing on the customer app. And you can see that you have plus one more stop. So if the customer wants to manage the stop, remove a stop, add a new stop, they can do it from here. And if they want to text the driver, they can do it from here as well. So we have real-time messaging built into this. If the customer wants to cancel the booking, they can see what they can state the reason, and based on the reason, the cancellation fee would be charged or not charged. It also depends on how long the booking has gone on for. Right now, for every booking, we generate an OTP. So that OTP has to be shared with the driver when they get to you. So now let me go back on the driver app. I can see the text message in real time. The driver can at any point call the customer up as well, and we've got the number masking feature with Twilio, and we also have the app-to-app calling, so that would anyway mask the customer's number. So when the driver arrives, he can say, I have arrived, and that would be updated on the customer app as well, and a waiting timer would start. So you can also set up a waiting fee in case a customer makes you wait for too long. There could be a fee charge, and the customer would be informed. When the customer meets the driver, they need to share the OTP. So when the driver wants to start their trip, they need to enter the OTP that the customer has. And this is a security feature just to ensure that the right driver is picking up the customer, the right rider is taking the trip. So the driver can then start the trip. So this is updated on the customer app in real time. So all of this is happening in real time, and we can see that it's stop 1 of 2. So the first stop is the railway station road. So it's done a route optimization, and it tells the driver that, hey, this is the guy you need to pick up first. So once he's ready, he says slide complete first stop. So that, right? And I can say slide towards the drop. Now he's going to the second stop. So if I go back on the customer app, it says pass stop 1, and I can now see that it's making its way to the next stop. So once the trip is ended, they can say slide to end right. And since it's paid on the card, the customer is not, the driver doesn't have to collect any cash from the customer. And you may have noticed that the trip disappeared from the dispatch portal as well, because it's now free. The drive is free, the trip is complete. The driver can confirm, rate the customer, and that should be done. And he's now free to take another trip. If I go back to the customer app, I can see that the trip is ended. I get the fee. I can also see a receipt with a breakdown of the whole trip itself. I can email the receipt, download the PDF. We have both options. I can also leave a review for the driver in case he was useful, and I can submit that. That's the complete the trip journey on the Carry rideshare app from the pickup to drop. Now we've also added some cool tiny features, but very useful ones. If I change the pickup point to the airport, right, and I try to book a trip, let's say, let me just do that quickly, and let me see if I want to schedule one. So I can schedule a trip for today. Let's schedule it for like 9:45. I'm gonna schedule a trip. Here you notice that there's some special pickup points, right? So we can plot special pickup points on the map for certain locations. That just makes it easier for us to tell the driver exactly where to pick the customer up from. And we can also set up special fees. So for the airport, we can set up a special pickup fee or a special drop fee. That's just to manage any airport charges that are applicable. So that is something that we can manage. And again, this is completely dynamic. We could be set up for different spots, and all of them can be done from the admin panel. Now we also have options to set up like taxes and everything. All of that can be managed from the admin as well, along with operation regions. So let's say there are certain regions that the app doesn't operate. You can red flag them. They call them red zones. And then if the drop or a pickup is in the red zone, then no vehicles would show up because we do not operate in those zones. And all of that can also be managed from the back end, right? Now we can also manage things like queuing of drivers. We have zones. Let's say in the airport, it's first come it's first in first out. So a driver who comes into the airport zone first will be given the first booking, right? So we have that queue dispatch system as well in the system, and that can be managed from the admin panel for specific locations. So the app is in some sense completely dynamic, and we've deployed it at a reasonably large scale for certain customers. We've done thousands of trips a day, and it's working like a charm. We can also support different map providers depending on region, right? Like in India, we have a few map providers. We support those. We can support ETAs from different services as well. So all of that is dynamic again. So let me just do a quick schedule booking and show you how that works. So I'm gonna do a quick schedule booking. Just take that. Payment method, it's not just
Order.
Again, that
Order.
can be localized based on, right? So I can see that on the dispatch, right? And if I go back to the driver app, I can see that it's a upcoming booking. I mean, on the rider app, I see that this is a scheduled booking. Now, just for the sake of demo, I'll show you how it works manually. So, if it was auto dispatch, a few minutes before the time of pickup, the system would dispatch the booking to all the drivers nearby, and they would get it based on their proximity, just like how it works on an ASAP dispatch. Okay, so I can see the details of the scheduled booking here. Now, if I go back to the dispatch portal on the back end, so I'll go back to the in dispatch. You can see the scheduled booking here. If I click on this, I can see the details of the booking, right? And the way auto dispatch works is that the dispatch works a few minutes before the time of dispatch. The system throws the booking out on a round robin manner to the closest driver. The first driver to pick it up would get it. But for the sake of the demo, let me just remove it from auto dispatch, right? I'll move it to unassigned, and let me force assign it to a certain driver. So I have a driver logged in. Let me see if I can assign this booking. So I will click on assign, and it will give me an option to select the driver. So I'm going to select Keyur Patel, and I have an option to request or assign. Assign would force assign the booking. Request would give him a booking pop-up. So I'm going to force assign it.
Order. Order.
So
Order. Order.
I can see this driver has been assigned the booking. If I go on the driver app, and let me go back on the driver app quickly, right? And I can click on directions to start the booking. And as you notice, as your site on the dispatch, it gets updated. I'm going to mark as arrived. I'm going to slide to start ride. Okay, we have some checks in place. I can't start the trip for up to a few seconds. Now if I go back on the customer app, I can track the driver live here, just like how it was before. 4261 is the OTP. Let me see if I can quickly update that. 4261, start the trip. I can end the trip. I need to wait for 5 seconds. This is validations we have added. I can always see details of the booking. I can see the information here, booked by, driver info. I can see their phone number. So all of this information is available, right? And I'm ready. I can slide to end ride. So I just did that. So the whole breakdown appears on the driver app. I can confirm, rate the customer, and we are done. So the booking is completed. So that's how a scheduled booking works, and I've shown you a little bit of the dispatcher along with the driver just to show you how the system works in sync. This is very important because that's how a fleet manager would be managing their fleet. Now on the driver app, we have a whole bunch of other features. You can see their vehicle details. This is where they can see their profile, including all their KYC infos right here. They can see their wallet. This is where their earnings are tracked. They can withdraw money to their bank account, so that's built in as well, right? So we've got Stripe Connect in here. Again, that can be localized based on the country. They can also recharge their wallet in case their wallet balance goes negative. That happens in the case of many cash bookings, which again depends on the country. The history of bookings that they've done and trips they've completed. That information shows up here, and they can track how much money they've made. So these are the main features on the driver app. We go back on the home now app. This rating pop up. Now on the customer app, we have a rental option. So I can click on a drop address. I could say done. It gives me information on the rentals. I can book a 1 hour pack, 20-minute pack, different options, right? All of these things can change as well. These are all configured on the admin panel, so none of this is fixed. It can all be managed directly from the admin. I'm going to confirm a sedan, confirm the pickup point, and boom, we're done, right? Rental bookings again are dispatched just like any other booking, right? I can confirm, pay,
Order.
and we're done.
Order.
And go back to the driver app. I can. And the rest of the flow is pretty much similar. Just that the rental booking will be charged based on the package that has been agreed, right? So that's why the difference is. The billing mechanism is different. If there are overages on distance or time, there are fees that can be associated against that, and that can again be managed on the admin panel. So that's how the rental flow works. I'm just going to cancel it just for the sake of the demo, right? And let me go back to the app. Let's go back to the customer app, see if I'm missing anything here. Let me cancel this quickly, right? And if I see my past trips, I can see them on the past trips or my trips page on the app. And on the app, we can add emergency contacts. So emergency contacts is an important feature because every time I take a trip, the trip live track gets shared with my emergency contact, so they can see exactly where I am. Then during a trip, we also have an option to share trip in case you want to do it from there and not from emergency contacts. Favorite addresses can be saved here. They can be added here. Wallet is where they can recharge, customers can recharge their wallet, put money into it. That's on the wallet page. This is where they can see their profile. And then we have an option for FAQs. Help Center is where we've integrated it with different ticket management systems. Like we have Zendesk, Freshdesk. These are different ones we support. And they can launch and create tickets from there in case of any issues with bookings. They can also see the history of their bookings on the My Trips, and if there's a certain issue they had with a certain booking, they can also request they can create a ticket from there as well. So those are the main features of the rideshare app in a quick flow. Let me know if you guys have any questions. My name is Rahul Sharma. I'm the founder of Appscrip. You can reach out to me at tremer@appscrip.com. Thank you very much.